We as fans can't keep Sean Strickland safe anymore, and I don't think he deserves punishment. I actually think he's absolutely hilarious. I don't care what he says. It's his opinion, freedom of speech, everything like that. You can disagree with it all you want, but the fact that these snowflakes media members trying to bait him into saying something outrageous and then trying to use that as a way to get him off the card and to be stripped of his belt. You've all seen it, the press conference. I was watching it last night and this guy started bringing up, I can't really say it on YouTube, I don't want this channel to get absolutely destroyed. However, I truly have no issue with what Sean Strickland says. Now, I'm not going to speak about my own views. I mean, I kind of have on the channel before, but we're not going to speak about that today. And you all know what I'm talking about. If you've clicked on this video, you know exactly what I'm speaking about. I have absolutely no problem with Sean Strickland in the slightest. I think he's great. I think he's a great personality. But this incident, okay, is massively exposing other sports. Other sports, NBA, NFL, the athletes, the players would have been taken out of games for maybe they would have been suspended for 5 games and fined $50,000, this and that. And I do not want the UFC to become that. I want fighters to just be unapologetically themselves, to say whatever they want. And if Sean Strickland has an issue with, how do I word this correctly, men that choose to now not be men anymore and turn into a different gender, that's no problem. If he thinks there's only 2, absolutely fine with that. No problem. Scientifically, that is true. So, for a media member who's an ally of those communities to come out and be asking these questions to bait him in to get a reaction so he can get a big headline and try to destroy all of Sean Strickland's credibility, try to tear him down, try to get his belt stripped off of him, that's not fair. Because Sean Strickland's not in the wrong, and he literally would sit there and tell you himself, you all are snowflakes. I have an opinion, this is fact, this is true, you guys are weak men. And he said something along the lines of he wouldn't want his kid to be Jeff Molina, let's just say. We wouldn't want him to be similar to Jeff Molina because he wants grandkids of his blood, of the Strickland bloodline. And that's his fucking point. That's his right. He's within his rights, and he is correct in a sense. And he doesn't hate any of them. He just doesn't like the snowflakes that try tearing him down for his opinions. And why is everyone getting so riled up over this? Because this is what happens, right? One guy is unapologetically himself. He comes out with these brash statements, but they're not brash statements. 90% of the world think this, but they just won't say it out loud because they're afraid of the consequences. And this is not Sean Strickland just saying this now. He said this for the past 10 years of his UFC career in every interview he's done. He's been like this. He's been brash. He's been outspoken. He's done all this type of thing. But now that he's a world champion, there's 400,000 more views on average watching him per interview than a 50,000 MacLife interview. Do you know what I mean? Now there's 500,000 people, and now there's a Twitter post that has 80 million views of him going off on this guy in the media, as he should. It's not a big deal. I think people need to get over it. But let's talk about this. In 10 years' time, let's say the UFC won't let you be this outspoken. It's just not. It's going to turn into the NBA, the NFL. It's not going to be good. And I love the fact that Sean Strickland, he's so funny. When that media member brought that up and he just goes, "Are you gay?" It's so funny. It's just absolutely hilarious. I love it. And I do not care about him saying this stuff. And I tweeted something saying, like, why are people getting so wound up about it? And they're like, well, Izzy would have never carried himself like this. Izzy wore a dog collar. Izzy played with his dog's balls. Izzy is just, I'd say, a more disgusting and more perverted human being than Sean Strickland. Izzy's worse. Izzy has alter egos of different countries, and he's like a 5-year-old, he's like a 15-year-old kid. If not everybody likes him, he loses it, and he's like, comes out with all these anime quotes. I'm gonna freeze you like Elsa. It's a horrible, pathetic excuse for a champion. Sean Strickland is incredible. And bear in mind, I picked Dricus to win. I think Dricus might catch him and win by a decision. I think it might be 3-2 Dricus or 3-2 Sean. That's what I said in my video. I said it could go either way. I truly can't pick this fight, but I'm going with Dricus. But if Sean Strickland gets this done, if Sean Strickland manages to win, if Sean Strickland does it in emphatic fashion after saying all this, the UFC still can't suppress him. He'll be an even bigger superstar than he was before. A tweet has just got 80 million views about him. He's gaining followers rapidly. If Sean Strickland goes out there and gets it done, he's going to be so famous, it will be ridiculous. So it kind of makes me want to root for him. Because if he gets it done, folks, Sean Strickland would be an absolute megastar in terms of a figure that people are not wanting to even speak. Like, it would just be absolutely incredible. I would love it. I think a lot of people would love it. You know what? I hope he gets it done. I really hope he does. However, he's got Dricus in front of him. The whole MMA media is so soft. They're such snowflakes. I just can't go over it. And people having a go at me saying, oh, that you're being, it rhymes with homophobic. No, not in the slightest. I just don't care if Sean Strickland's views differentiate from other people. And I do not care if he says it out loud. Do you know what I mean? Because this isn't the NBA. This isn't like a politic-ridden snowflake fest. And I've said the word snowflake about a million times. If Sean Strickland wants to talk about that stuff, he's a world champion, he's got a mic in front of him, he can. Freedom of speech. It's terrible how this is happening in Canada, though, because all the media members are just absolutely arseholes and they just want to tear him down. But truly, guys, I think as a community, we should stop finding this as big of a deal as it is. I think it's absolutely great. I think it's hilarious. And if any of you have an issue with that, that's no problem. Unsubscribe, don't come back, because I don't care about that type of stuff here. I don't care about controversy here. I think it's great. Now, Sean Strickland says he wants to stab Dricus. I find that funny. I find that amusing. Other people don't. No problem. That's not an issue. More of an issue would be like if Islam Makhachev came out and he said something about trans people or homosexuals, and then people call it Sean Strickland but not Islam, and that's exactly what's happened. You know, I hope the same media member that's ripping Sean Strickland to bits does the same to Islam in June in Saudi Arabia. Can I just say? And I hope that happens, because if it doesn't, they're just going after Sean Strickland because they know they'll get a reaction. I'm just letting you know that they know they're gonna get a reaction from Strickland, so they try bait him into it. But I don't care. Snowflakes, whatever. Anyway, thanks for watching, folks. I really appreciate it. I just thought I'd ramble a little bit. Give me your thoughts. Free Sean Strickland. Get him out of Canada. Thank you.